If you don't know English, this video is also available in Hindi. Link is in description. Now let's start in English. Guys, this is a cloud computing series going on. I have already uploaded 10 videos before this particular video. So in this video, we'll discuss what is virtualization. And I would like to tell you that I have also uploaded a video on types of cloud. So we have discussed everything in detail. What is a public cloud with advantages and disadvantages? This is the hybrid cloud. And then afterwards, we also discussed community cloud as well, right? So link of all the videos is in the description. And guys, if you know Hindi, I would recommend you that do check my Hindi channel also. I'm sure you will love the content. More than 330 videos are already uploaded over there, and currently we have almost 32k subscribers. So do check that channel. I'm sure you will love the content. Let's start. What is virtualization basically? In short, if I tell you what is virtualization, it is basically sharing of your physical resources in the form of like virtual resource, right? That is the basic thing. What is virtualization? First of all, let's see the diagram. Let's understand this thing with the help of a diagram, and then we'll see the definitions and the benefits and all, right? So guys, as I told you in the starting of the video, that we share the physical resources in the form of virtual resources, right? So here is the scenario. For an example, suppose we have a machine, right? And with this particular machine, we want to create some virtual resources, or we can say virtual machines, right? What is a virtual machine? First of all, let's understand what is a virtual machine. Virtual machine is nothing but a computer only, okay? But that does not exist actually, but it acts as if it is a real one only. That is, it is a virtual machine. It does not exist physically, but it will have all the resources. It will have RAM, storage, everything, right? So that is a virtual machine. So guys, suppose we have a normal computer, or we have a machine, right, which has some specification. For an example, 1 terabyte and 16 GB RAM, right? So what happens is this machine will have a hardware, okay? That will be a hardware simply, and on that hardware will have a operating system. Suppose we have the operating system of Windows, or we can have any other operating system as well. And what is this hypervisor? First of all, guys, if we want to make the virtual machines, we need a software called as hypervisor. With the help of this hypervisor, guys, we are able to create the instances. Basically, this is our physical machine, and from this physical machine we are creating virtual machines, right? Virtual machine 1, 2 and 3, and these machines will be used by the users, right? So for creating these virtual machines, we need a software which is called as hypervisor. I'll also tell you some theory about this, okay? I've written over here. So this is the basic concept. We have a physical machine. We'll divide that physical machine into some virtual machines. Suppose, for example, this can have 2 GB RAM, this can have 1 GB RAM, it can have 4 GB RAM. So we will divide the resources into virtual machines. So that's the basic concept about virtualization, that we are making some virtual machines, that is, we are creating virtual resources from the existing physical resource, okay, using a software called as hypervisor. So this is the basic scenario. Now guys, let's see the definition. So it is a technique which allows to share the single physical instance of an application or resource among multiple organizations or customers, okay? So with the help of this virtualization concept, we can create multiple virtual machines or virtual resources, okay, and then we can give it to customers or the organization. So in this way, the concept of virtualization happens. Now the most important thing is, guys, that these machines, VM1, VM2, they may have the same operating system also, but they can have the different operating system as well. I have written over here also in the benefits. It enables running multiple operating system. Like if this operating system is Windows, so it is not necessary that VM1 should also be Windows. It can be Windows, it cannot be, okay? That can happen. Suppose this is Windows, this is Linux, it can be Linux too, okay? So it can happen in any way. So that's the case, guys. We can have different operating systems on these virtual machines, okay? This is one of the great benefit that we get. Now let's see what is host machine and what is guest machine. Let's see this also. All the virtual resources will work independently, okay? So working of this virtual machine will not affect the working of these two machines. If this is affected by chance, if something wrong happens in this machine, or if in any case it is not working properly, so it will not affect the other two machines, okay? So it is totally independent of other machines, right? So all the resources will work independently. That's the case. Now what is the host machine, guys? It is the machine on which we are creating the virtual machine. Simple. So we are creating these virtual machines on this particular machine, so this will be our host machine, right? So that's what I've written over here. Machine on which virtual machine is going to be built, that is your host machine. Now what is guest machine? Obviously, guys, the machines which we are creating is the guest machine, that is your virtual machine only. So this was the basic concept. Now what is hypervisor? Okay, this hypervisor software only, it is basically a software used to create virtual machines, as I have told you. It is also called, guys, VMM. What is VMM? Virtual machine monitor, right? Because it is creating virtual machines and it is also monitoring them, and that's why we also call it virtual machine monitor, VMM, okay? So if you get somewhere VMM or hypervisor, that's the same thing. If we talk about some example, guys, there are many examples. I have written two over here, that is Hyper-V and VMware. Okay, these two can be your examples simply. Now, what is hypervisor? I have written in short, software that creates and runs the virtual machines or your virtual resources, right? That is, it is a software used to create virtualization on your physical machines. Okay, so that was the basic idea of what is hypervisor, why do we need it. And guys, when we talk of hypervisors, there are two types of hypervisor basically. They are type 1 hypervisor and the second one is type 2 hypervisor. The type 1 hypervisor is also called bare metal or native hypervisor. Okay, this is R, guys, BARE. Okay, and this type 2 hypervisor, it is also called hosted or embedded hypervisor. Guys, we'll see some separate video for hypervisor. So this is the basic scenario, what is hypervisor. Now let's discuss some of the benefits of virtualization. As I've already told you guys, that if we have a machine and if we are having some specifications like 1 TB and 16 GB and we are not able to utilize all these resources, right? Suppose I have used only 100 GB and all the other space, that is 900 GB plus space, is left empty. So what we can do is we can create virtual machines and we can give it to different users. So that will be better utilization of your resources, right? That will not be a waste. If nobody is using those 900 plus GB that is left, so that will be a completely waste of resource, right? So that's the thing. So it provides better resource utilization in that manner. It also lowers the cost of IT infrastructure, guys, as we need not purchase 3 new computers or 3 new laptops. We can only, like, we can create virtual machines in the existing machine itself. Okay, and then we can utilize the resources. So in that way, it also lowers the cost of IT infrastructure, as we need not buy a separate machine for that. Okay, the next one is remote access. You can access it from anywhere, from India, US, Australia, Austria, anywhere in the world. And the next one is pay per use of the IT infrastructure. That is, if you are using it for 3 days, then you will pay for 3 days only, and if you are using it for 1 month, then you will pay for 1 month. And the next one is it enables running of different, that is multiple operating systems. So you can have Linux, you can have Windows, etc., right? So that is the scenario. Next one is if one machine is not working properly, that is your VM is not working properly, that will not affect the other virtual machines. So these were some of the benefits of virtualization. So guys, that was the basic of what is virtualization and what are the benefits of virtualization. There is also types of virtualization, guys. We'll see them maybe in some other video, but that was the scenario about virtualization. If you like the video, please click on the thumbs up button. Do subscribe to my channel. Support this also channel also, guys. Okay. And if you know Hindi, I'm sure you'll love the content. Do watch that channel, and thanks for watching. Take care. Goodbye.